Hello and welcome. It's another edition of Weighted to Win. We're going to be chatting about turffontein, so a trip to the south of Johannesburg, and let's hope that the weather's going to play its part. All right, we'd love to engage with you, obviously various social media platforms. We're here to tip you winners. We're here to improve the product as well, so please pop us a message and get involved. Like I say, the team will be on board and we'd love to hear from you as well. All right, so I've got the two Ds with me. I've got Daryl and Darren to join me for the turffontein program. We've got 9 races. It's an early start, so don't get left behind. The first race goes off at 11:50, and I'm going to give you the market lead at the moment. Is number 11, Silver Hills, at about 7-2. 3 Green Bubbles gone 15-4, and it's 4-1 and better bar those. All right, so we're going to start with Darren Burrows. Darren, welcome to the show. Obviously, the first race, we don't know too much about number 11, Silver Hills. Green Bubbles, that must have some sort of a chance.
Well, touching on your first time at Silver Hills, now this is a Silvano filly out of Ashcloud. Now, Ashcloud won the SA Oaks when it was still a grade 1, and it's a half-sister to Pakaya, who's quite a decent sort. So obviously looking for further in time to come, but could go well on debut. And of the race runners on Pity Pat, she over-raced last time out, so the drop-in trip could be ideal.
All right, so that's the input from Darren Burrows, and I have got Daryl Marie with me as well, and we'll try and get inputs about number 11, Silver Hills. Welcome, Daryl, first of all, and we're looking forward to the double-header. We've got Kenilworth and turffontein, so a busy day for you in studio as well.
It's going to be a busy day. Let's hope everything runs smoothly. Darren touched on how well-bred this filly is, number 11, Silver Hills. I mean, she's by Silvano. She's a half-sister to Pakaya, who ran close up in the Lormaran's Queen's Plate back then. I don't believe this is the strongest of lineups. I know she's not strongly fancied on debut, according to the front of her computer form, so should need the experience. But if she's got any sort of ability or class about her, I wouldn't be surprised to see her make a winning debut. Of the race runners, you've got the likes of On Pity Pat and Green Bubbles. They appear to be limited. I think On Pity Pat coming back in trip with her respiratory noise issues could be favourable. So she's going to be my second pick, followed by Green Bubbles, who herself is very limited, but she's got that racing experience.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into those selections. You've heard the input from Darren Burrows and Daryl Marie, so let's have a look quickly and see what the guys are going to do in the opener. It's 9 races. I see we're going in exacta box, 3, 4, and 11. 3 being Green Bubbles, 4 on Pity Pat, and number 11, Silver Hills, the 3-year-old bay filly. That'll be in the silks of Drakenstein, and I see Rachel Venica has been booked to ride for Sean Tarry. Spend is R6, and race number 1 gets underway at 11:50. All right, so it is the first leg of the bipot. Being a 9-race program, it begins in race number 2. And I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of money over here for Celestial City. I think anti-post market had it about 11-10. It's now shortened up into 5-10. So lots of money for number 4, Celestial City. 3 High Moons gone 9-2. And you can get 6-1 and better bar those. All right, we'll start with Darren Burrows. Darren, I'm sure short and sweet. Celestial City, super impressive first time out. And the money's there in a big way.
Yes, Brandon, he couldn't be better handicapped than he is. I mean, he's racing off a 69 and he gets 1.5 kilos off. So 54.5 kilos. This is a great opportunity for him to go back to back and remain unbeaten.
All right, yeah, I'm having a look at the closing stages, obviously, of this particular race, and Celestial City was super impressive. Knuckled down, got the job done, and I've spoken to Daryl Marie off here. Daryl, I think you've also labelled this.
I think if he misses the top 2, most punters will be in trouble because he's a natural bipod banker off his current rating of 69. By Silvano, he can only improve with racing and also have come on in leaps and bounds since his winning debut. So I'm happy to banker him in the bipod, and I like the fact that he's also got that 1 run under his belt and he's now on a longer run in a more testing track. I think that will suit.
All right, yeah, he does look to be a nice horse. I called him home, and he's a lovely looking horse. I tell you what, you can see why they paid 7 million rand for him. He's a beautiful looking horse, and let's hope that he progresses through the divisions. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the selections. Let's see what the guys are doing, being the first leg of the bioparts. I said we're going to bank number 4, Celestial City. Rachel Venica gets the ride for Sean Terry. Second leg, 5, 6, and 7. Third leg, 2, 3, 4, and 8. By 2, 4, and 6. By 3 and 9. By 1 and 6 at the back. And the spin is 144 Rand. 12.20 is the off time. All right, we move along to race number 3. It's the first leg of the place accumulator. And I see the market has number 6, Fast Duty, at 15 to 4. 1, Gimme Royalty's gone 5 to 1 with number 3, Godfather. 5 to 1, number 5, Bright Blue Sky. And it's 11 to 2 and better bar those. All right, so we'll start with Darren Burrows. Darren, looks to be an open race. Fast Duty, or 15 to 4 favourites. But overall, it does look to be a trappy start to the PA.
A very tough race, Pierre Stradham's riding Gimme Royalty. He could work his magic and try and get this horse out the maidens after 24 runs. Bright Blue Sky, I thought he comes in with the strongest form. He ran off IF Yala Yakul, and then he ran off Run for Cover. He's open to a lot of improvement. Of the rest, maybe Fast Duty.
Yeah, it does look to be an open race. Obviously, we'll be looking for that striker magic late in the day. Daryl Marie, what do you like over here? Obviously, Fast Duty, I thought a nice first run. Godfather, I'm a bit worried about those form lines behind Treaty. And any space for Gimme Royalty?
He's had his chances, but like Darren says, he's got the master in the irons. He doesn't form part of my top 3 picks. Brandon, Bright Blue Sky. Now, in my opinion, he was in need of his comeback start. It was his first run as a gelding in yielding conditions. From a neat draw, he should be able to push forward. And Darren touched on the fact of his form being the strongest, and that has to be his debut effort, where we saw Fire Lord win 2 from there. We also saw Atticus Finch win from that form line. So he's going to strip much fitter, probably be my top pick, ahead of the likes of Fast Duty, who I thought stayed on debut. He didn't really quicken, he just kept finding up the straight, and he was doing his best work late. He only got beat half a length for third. So that was a fair effort. That stable's on song, Stewie. And then Free Movement, the first timer by Master of My Fate. He's a half-brother to Capoeira. And Folk Dance. Now, I don't know if you recall Folk Dance. She was trained by Paul Peter.
That's right.
I think she won 3 or 4 in a row. Obviously a talented filly in her day. Watch if there's any support for number 7, Free Movement.
All right, yeah, does look to be a trappy start. You've probably got to go a good 3 or 4 horses to make sure that you survive the first leg of the place accumulator. Let's go and have a look at those selections. Let's see what we're doing. There's Daryl Marie's place accumulator coming up. It's 5, 6, and 7 in the first leg, by 3 and 4, by 2, 4, and 6, by 3 and 9, by 1 and 6, by 3, 7, 8, by 7 and 9, and the spend is 432 Rand. 12.55 is the off time, and it's over 1,400 meters. All right, we move on to the big one, the pick 6. Just having a look at the markets. I see 8 we've got tonight is your 3 to 1 favourites. 1 Carnelo's gone 33 to 10 with the horse Black Lightning number 3. Also at 33 to 10, and it's 11 to 2 and better bar those. We'll start with Darren Burrows on the line. Darren, again, it's not an easy start to the first leg of the pick 6. We don't want to sound like a stuck record, but you've got to go a few. I mean, we've got tonight, seems to be improving, and at 3 to 1, does this look to be some sort of an each-way bet?
Well, I played the safe route. I went 1, 3, 4, 8, and 9. Now, touching on my narrow first choice is Camley Court, number 4. I see Brian Nyawa gets a chance for the Mike Azzy stable. Good debut. He ran 6, beaten 7 lengths by Time to Shine. But that maiden form line was a solid one. We saw multiple direct winners. And going to appreciate the step up in trip, and not in need of the run. I think he'll be right there. We've got tonight, ran off the likes of the Mauritian and Munchkin last time out, can also improve up in trip.
Yeah, look, I think we've got tonight's got that improvement. Obviously, stepping up in trip and the Munchkin form line. Well, we'll be watching that closely. I know that Kian the Conqueror was scratched at the Val on Thursday afternoon, so we'll learn a bit more in the next couple of meetings. Daryl, tell us about we've got tonight racing in the silks of Johnny Finlayson. Good to see that Marco van Rensburg gets his chance with Roy Magna.
Yes, Marco, limited number of rides, but when he gets the opportunity, he can certainly deliver. His dam, we've got tonight's dam, 1/2400. So I think he's got plenty of scope for improvement now that he's been stepped up in trip. Camley Court, I don't know if you recall, there was a huge amount of anti-post support for this son of William Longsword on debut. He drifted come race time, but he's been rested and gelded since then. He's a half-brother to Coin Spinner, so very well related. And Darren touched on the form line. I think Johnny Dogs won from there. The two others, direct winners. If he's fit and well returning from that layoff, he should be a live wire over here. And yeah, you've got Pierce Radom from a one draw, probably going to go out and to the head of the fairs, Brandon. We saw that with Pierre on Asiya Pambile. When he's up front dictating, he's a very hard person to pass. So I think Black Lightning is going to have a lot in his favor, and he's going to be the horse they're going to have to fetch.
Yeah, never leave the blonde bomber out of anything. He's obviously reached that milestone in his career now, and onwards and upwards from here. I'm not sure how much longer he'll be riding for, but certainly really gives us goosebumps watching him ride. So don't leave him out on Black Lightning over here. All right, so what we're going to do is quickly have a look at these selections. Let's see what we're doing in terms of the first leg of the pick six. I see Darren Burrows has gone 1, 3, 4, 8, and 9 by 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 by 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, and 9. Banker 5 in leg 5 and 4, 6, and 9 at the back. And the spend is 3,600 Rand. Remember, you've got that option of taking percentage betting in South Africa. So for 360 Rand, you can get 10% of this pick six. All right, it's jackpot time. We're looking forward to this jackpot. I think it's going to pay money. I'm hoping the guys can help us with one or two bankers along the way. And another reminder to all the viewers out there that we'd love to engage with you on social media. That's what it's all about. Pop us a message. We'd love to improve the product. And more importantly, hopefully by this time, you're backing a few winners. All right, so we're going to dive straight into it, being the first leg of the jackpot. I see number 4, Sheldon's your 2-1 favourite. Number 3, Goliath Heron has gone 4-1. Big-Eyed Girl, number 5 at 4-1. And it's 9-2 and better bar those. Let's start with Darren Burrows. Darren, competitive sprint. Last time out, they landed the gamble with Sheldon. But there wasn't too much in it at the line. I think we need to respect Goliath Heron, drawn towards the inside.
Yes, Sheldon had every chance last time. He was drawn 1 on the inside track. He's going to run another honest race. I saw value with Remember When. Now, her comeback run was a good second behind Faraway Winter. And last time out in the Gardenia, a bit disappointing. But in this type of company with 4 kilos off her back, I thought Remember When's going to run a cracker. Sheldon for second. And then Marengo, Big-Eyed Girl, and Goliath Heron can also be right there.
Yeah, it's not an easy race. I think a very trappy start to the first jackpot. And Sheldon, like I said, was heavily gambled last time out. Daryl, they got the cash over there. Goliath Heron, Clinton Binder's got his yard in good form at the moment as well.
Yes, but I'm in Darren's camp over here. I'm big on the filly. Number 2, Remember When. A cracking comeback run. Last time out in the Gardenia, I thought she ran slightly below par, possibly second run after her layoff. Now she's having her peak run. She's got that 4 kg apprentice allowance off her back. And now listen to this, Brandon. In the Gardenia, you had a Lula Star who came out and won the Magnolia. You had a Pico win from there as well. And on Thursday, you had Aga Heat trot up. So that form line is certainly holding up. Number 2 is the value in the race.
Yep, remember when? Don't leave this out. And Sianda Sosibo, well, he can do nothing wrong at the moment. He's certainly worth that 4, and hoping that this filly can go well for the guys. All right, we're going to dive into those selections. Let's see what we're doing over here. Being race number 5, it is the first jackpot. I see Darren Burrows gone wide. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in leg 1. By 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. By 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, and 9. And banker 5 at the back. And the spend is 240 Rand. We're on to the second jackpot, and it's race number 6. A very open race again. I don't think there's anything that stands out over here. In fact, I think there's a lot of value to be had when it comes to race 6. 3 Bronco Blitz, 4-1. Won a good race last time out. Number 8, Captain Dizzy at 4-1. 6 Spielberg's gone 7-1 with number 9, Stormy Seas. And it's 8-1 in better bar those. Darren, we need help. Doesn't look to be an easy race. Bronco Blitz, well, he's an honest campaigner. I thought won a good race at the Val beating Taikenaut. Is there anything that sticks out for you over here?
Not really. I thought Bronco Blitz should run another honest race. The blinkers went on last time out, and he beat Taikenaut, who was the big money horse in that race. They pulled clear. He won a good race, and the 4 kilos off his back should make him competitive. Stormy Seas has a chance. Here Comes the Rain, Spielberg, and then touching on Burning Wings. His rating has dropped down to a very competitive mark. He drops in trip. The blinkers go on, and he's drawn hard up on the outside. So if there is to be an upset, Burning Wings could be the one.
Yeah, Burning Wings. I know that Daryl Marie likes a bit of this one as each way play as well, but we'll chat to him in just a moment. I do need to ask you, Daryl, about this horse, and I don't know if it's a bit of a nutcase selection, but 7 Cool Winter. I think he's been a bit strong in his last few starts. Back down the straights. Do you make any space for this 3-year-old?
He will improve on his later starts. I think he is a sprinter. Let's see him come back to form. If he wins today, I'll be out my perms. But yes, I actually haven't included Burning Wings in any of my play. He is my 3rd pick. So if the viewers want to add something to my selections, it has to be number 5, Burning Wings. Bronco Blitz, now, last time out, he took on a well above average sprinter. He held on, like Darren touched on, they were well clear of the balance of the field. So he got a 2.5 kilogram penalty for that win, but he gets the 4 kgs off his back. So he's going to be competitive. Stormy Seas is going to be my top pick. I think he's been very unlucky in his last couple of starts. Things really haven't panned out well for him. On the inside track, he was badly drawn. He flashed up very late. I think he was drawn 8 out of 9. His 2 starts prior to that, he was drawn 1 and 2 up the Val Classic track. Also not drawn on the right side of the track. So off a very competitive rating and a winner over this course and distance, and the form line being franked with Dancing Dora, I'm going to go 9-3-5.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be an easy race. I don't like it, and I'd imagine that you'd probably got to go wide over here. Just listening to the guys, Bronco Blitz, Stormy Seas, and I'm very interested to see how Cool Winter goes. He's been very strong in his last few starts, and he's probably a better sprinter than a stayer at this stage of his career. All right, we're going to dive into those selections. Let's see what we're doing. Being the start of Jackpot 2, Daryl Marie's gone 3 and 9, Bronco Blitz, and number 9, Stormy Seas, but he did advise, if you can, maybe add number 5, Burning Wings as well. Second leg, 1 and 6 by the Big F Field in leg number 3, and the last leg of that jackpot, 7 and 9. Spend is 72 Rand. It's over 1,000 meters, and it goes off at 14.45. All right, we're on to race number 7. I see the market has Berengaria. Number 1 is 3-1 joint favourites with number 6 Defender of Rights. 9-2, number 8 Angel's Wish. Number 9 Pascal Samaray's at 9-2, and it's 17-2 and better bar those. All right, so we're going to start with Darren Burrows. Darren, like I was saying off air, when Pierre Stratum gets booked for Baron Buertes and Yolandi Vosloo, they're here to do business.
You got to watch that combination always. This filly ran 2.5 lengths off Miss Daisy. Now, that was a strong race. Last time out, disappointed, but that was also a very strong field. So in this type of company, she gets the draw in her favour. We'll rate the horse to beat. I've got respect for both Pettigrew runners, Prairie Falcon as well as Defender of Rights, and then of the rest, Angel's Wish.
All right, yeah, don't think it's a straightforward race. The scratching over here as being number 2, Simple. That's come out. Let's go and ask Daryl Marie what he likes. Daryl, what are you in the camp of over here?
I think Berengaria will take some beating. I actually believe her current odds of, what is she, 3 to 1?
3 to 1.
Represents value. You can put a line through in her start in the Fillies Mile. She had excuses. Penultimate start, she ran 2 lengths behind a filly called Give Me a Shot, who trotted up in the Starling Stakes. Didn't she?
Epitombi?
Epitombi. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that was the Starling when she ran behind Miss Daisy. But yes, Epitombi.
Yes, you're right.
Give me a shot. Cruised in, but Featherbow did have excuses. So it will be interesting to see them lock horns next time out. So Berengaria, Pierce Stradom from a neat draw. She's going to be my top pick. Healthy respect for Defender of Right. She's back over a track I think she's performed best at. This Turffontein stand side. Stewie Pettigrew's, Randall Simons are on fire at the moment. A neat draw. She's come down in the ratings. So 1 and 6.
Berengaria. Let's see if we can get some striker magic. So Daryl seems to think 3 to 1, some value. Form lines are quite decent, and I think we can put a line through that last run. So Berengaria is going to be the top pick for many over here when it comes to this particular race, being race number 7. Let's dive into those selections. There it is up on your screen. You can see Daryl Marie's got a swinger. 1 Berengaria, as well as number 6, and that's Defender of Rights, Stewie Pettigrew and Randall Simons. And the Spain's 2 round. You can take that for as many times as you possibly can, and Daryl's quite upbeat that, so we'll catch this swinger. All right, this particular race is over 1,600 meters, and it goes off at 20 past 3. We're on to the penultimate, race number 8, and I see Bureau de la Jean is your 7 to 2 joint favourite. Number 5 with number 6, Wakanda at 7 to 2. 5 to 1, number 1, Eternal Life. 5 to 1, number 3, Emerald Princess. And I see Dancing Arabians gone 6 to 1. That's 8 to 1 and better bar those. All right, we're going to have to chat to Darren Burrows about this particular race. Darren, good race on paper. Bureau de la Jean, nice win last time out. You got the likes of Eternal Life, who's a strong gallop out there. What are we going to do when it comes to race number 8?
Well, Brandon, this is my pick 6 banker, Bureau de la Jean. Now, back in the day when she was with Mike de Kock, she reeled off 3 wins in a row in 2021 towards the end of the year. And she got a rating of 94. Then she lost her way a little bit. And she's had the 3 comeback runs, 4 lengths off, 2 lengths off, and then a runaway winner. That was over course and distance last time out. From a good draw, she's going to go forward. I just have a feeling she's on the up, this filly, and she could go back to back.
Okay, so there we go. Bureau de la Jean for Darren Burrows. Daryl, as straightforward as that?
I made it a little bit tougher. You could see in one of my firms up at the field in this leg, Brandon. I think the pace is going to be on with the likes of Eternal Life and Bureau de la Jean. They both like to push forward. Striker might just be waiting in the wings on a filly like Emerald Princess. Excuse me, Brandon. Sean Terry's had some time to figure her out now. She's having a peak run for the stable. They've done extremely well during the week. They're back on song, and she's a hold-up type of filly, and perhaps Striker could produce at the right time. Number 7, Little Mary Sunshine. Have a look at her comeback effort in the Starling States behind Miss Daisy. Now, we touched on that form line with Give Me a Shot. Then I do believe she disappointed on the inside track, but she carried a heavy weight on that occasion from a wide draw. Yeah, she's got the apprentice Osibo taken off that 4 kilograms, and they've decided to fit a pair of blinkers on her. So having a peak run by Silvana, I don't think we've seen the best of her yet. She could be, she could still have more to offer.
Yeah, open race. Be interesting to see where the pace is aimed at. So I'd imagine Eternal Life's going to crack on. Nice galloping horse is Eternal Life, and Caden Brewer certainly knows how to get the best out of that one. And then you got the likes of Bureau de la Jean, who bounced back to form last time out with a strong win. Let's go and see what we're doing with selections over here. Darren Burrows going with number 5, Bureau de la Jean, as a win bet. So race number 8, this particular race goes off at 15:55. It's over 1,600 meters and it's super competitive. The 9th and final race. This is where we get out of jail over here in the lucky last. I see the favourites, number 9, Dark Tide at 22-10. The 4 In the Ethers at 5-2. The 5 Risky Business at 6-1. And it's 9-1 and better bar those. All right, so Darren Burrows, you need to help us. The lucky last, like I say, hopefully we're up by this time of the day. Is there anything we can go and have a nice bet on in the last?
Well, Dark Tide is the horse to beat. You know, he's been very disappointing, this horse. He achieved a much higher rating in the past. His rating's down to a 53. He gets 4 kilos off his back, so 50 kilos to shoulder, and he goes handy. So he's going to rate the horse to beat. Irrevocable Dream is an interesting runner because he's got the ability, but he's got to get into the race early because his last 2 starts, he was a bit too far back, and he ran on when the race was over. And then In the Ether, she's really improved with racing.
Yep, Dark Tide in the silks of Dr. Malandi Talyat. No doubt that Doctor will be screaming them home from the 400. And Daryl Marie, Dark Tide coming back to form. Sianda Sosibo takes off the 4 kilograms, so no weight on the back.
How's the doctor?
I love Dr. Malandi Talyat. Her passion, she absolutely loves the game, Daryl. And you'll notice in every commentary you can hear the doctor. It doesn't matter where they run.
We do hear her.
Yeah, shame. She loves it. You know, the beauty with Doctor is they can run last, they can run first. She loves every horse and she just loves the game.
Yeah, the passion. We need more of her. Darren touched on the fact that the rating was as high as an 88. Down to a 53 plus that 4 kilograms. He's off a very competitive mark. So certainly the horse to beat. I made number 7, The Danger. Earl of Cardigan. He's having his 3rd run off the arrest. His ratings also come down to a 57. And go back to that run to In the Ether. He's 3.5 kilograms better off for a 2-length beating. So I think he'll run second.
All right. So short and sweet. You're going to go Dark Tide.
In order 9 from 7, that's correct.
All right, there we go. Let's hope that we can all be screaming this one home with Dr. Malandi Talyat. Go the doctor, as Daryl would say, and we will be hoping to get out of jail with this horse Dark Tide. All right, so we're going to have a look at those selections. Let's see what we're doing. Exacta box, 4, 6, 7 and 9 for the team. 4, 6, 7 and 9. Spend is 12 Rand, and the lucky last goes off at 16.30.